You are beginning in the most appropriate place when dreams become nightmares. The question to ask yourself is, when did the American dream become the American nightmare? I know for me, it was the night I woke up drenched in sweat. I was leaving the corporate life and a corporate income to enter into the ministry. There was a moving van out front of our house, and on the side of it, it said, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't go, and it kept circling the house. You see, all of our stuff wouldn't fit into that van. And I remember gasping for breath when I realized that there wasn't a room in the rent house that would hold all of my clothes. We were upside down in one of our cars, and literally in my dream, we were in the car on its roof. We had a house that we were having trouble selling. We had a first mortgage and a second, and we also had rent to pay. And I remember as well that my kids were sitting underneath the Christmas tree and they were opening gifts filled with clothes rather than their usual toys and electronics. In our constant pursuit of the American dream, we had developed this love for material possessions. It was new and bigger houses, better neighborhoods, new cars and trucks, and all the latest gadgets that are on the marketplace. Dr. Adam Hamilton makes the diagnosis in the first chapter of his book. My family had come under the illness of two very distinct ones, affluenza and credititis. Affluenza is that constant need for more, bigger, and better stuff. But it's also the effect that it has on us. And affluenza leads into credititis, which is that constant need to buy now and pay later for all of that bigger and better and more stuff. Let's face it, we love to shop. I know that I love to shop. And most of us today, we enjoy shopping in the malls or in the stores, but many of us have come to find that we love shopping in the comforts of our own homes via the internet. You know, I grew up in a family of shoppers, and I remember a vacation as a youth where the first place we went was this massive shopping mall rather than the beach and all the local sites. I also remember that we couldn't wait to finish all the museum tours so that we could get to the gift shop and buy trinkets, you know, more of that stuff that we didn't need. We are so eager for immediate satisfaction that any of us, can find a way to talk ourselves into that new dress or that latest designer handbag or even a new suit or a tie or a jacket. Without even realizing it, we've just spent $400 on a new treadmill instead of saving the 40% that the store had advertised. Have you ever bought any furniture with those financing terms that you see on TV or in the ads on a Sunday morning newspaper that says no down payment and no interest payments for 24 months? And by the time you make that first interest payment, the table leg has a chip in it, or the desk drawer is off its tracks, or even the curio cabinet has a crack in it. Dr. Adam Hamilton challenges us to look deeper within ourselves, to find the problems and the illnesses that have affected us. He wants us to look at our spiritual brokenness, that too much of our energy and our thoughts and our heart's desires go into purchasing things that we think will bring happiness to us. And what happens is we fail to allow God to nurture the fruit that He intends us to produce. The Gospel of Mark says it so well. What is it if you get everything that you would ever want and you lose you, the real you? Whatever would you trade your soul for? Throughout the chapters to follow, you will have an opportunity to make your own diagnosis about yourself, but to also look at what it will take for healing transformation to occur. You will have an opportunity to see what needs to be done to change your spending habits and even get out of debt. You will also get some practical tips on how to control your money instead of it controlling you. You will be able to see life lived simply with contentment. But most of all, you will be able to see what life is when it's lived more generously. God created us to give. God gives. So shouldn't we also be giving as well? Isn't it time to wake up from the nightmare?